One gap, which I think people like you must be noticing and discussing amongst yourself, do you think there are gaps in our education system as well, which perhaps can be tweaked to further promote innovation and entrepreneurship in the waste sector?
I think so, yeah. There have been, as you mentioned, that because of Swachh Bharat mission, as well as because of certain hackathons and those kind of stuff, smartathon and hackathon that is going around in the country. So a lot of positive things are happening in terms of trying to get people interested about waste management or in general environmental issues in the country. There is a gap. We do have a environmental science, as you may also have taken it as because of the Supreme Court directive. Now every school, CBSE board or ICSE board, every board has to teach an environmental science course to the student. That those things have raised some awareness. And then at the college level too, like for example, at IIT Kharagpur or every IITs and NITs and all these engineering colleges, same thing, they have to have an environmental studies course, which is offered. So that is also there. People have to take an environmental studies course. So, but when we go in the field, we do see lack of good quality waste engineers out there. That's the reason why, when I was abroad for almost 15 years, and then I came back after Swachh Bharat mission was launched. So one of the motivation for me to come back to India after being 15 years away in mostly in North America was to try to work in the waste sector and try to raise. That's the reason we are talking today. So basically this will help raise some awareness, and we started some online programs, online courses and all that, which so those kind of things are happening. But again, we need much more. We need much more programs, much more training programs. People who are working in the waste sector, when I visited several ULBs, those engineers who are working in the waste sector, they never had a formal solid waste management course. Because if you look at the undergraduate degree, most of the environmental engineering is part of civil engineering. Civil engineering, the core civil engineering program does not even have a solid waste course. Even in IITs. Solid waste course is an elective. Water and wastewater is the core. So water and wastewater, every graduating civil engineer in the country will definitely have taken a water and wastewater course. So what we have, that's why you see a better water engineer, better wastewater engineer out there. Solid waste is kind of, it's a newer thing for last two decades and other stuff. Earlier, people's thought process was that what is there to learn in solid waste? In fact, if I tell you my personal story, like when I was going for PhD in waste management, but my father's uncle, his question was, why you need to learn waste history? What is there to learn in waste management? So that kind of thought process is there. They think that what is there in, so it is there in our system that there is nothing much to learn. There is not much thing to do research in waste, which needs to change. It is changing. Swachh Bharat mission has brought some awareness. It's now people talk about waste management in the drawing room. And at the same time, there are certain government programs. DST has come up with a waste management, DST waste management call. I would like that call to be more frequent, although it is supposed to be once a year, but nowadays it is actually even getting delayed. It is becoming like once in 2 years now. So that will bring innovation picture in there. So country needs a lot of waste training centers. Actually, we need we need to have lots of training so that people working in the waste management should understand what actually they have to do, because they are doing it in a monotonous way. They are doing it whatever is being done but they don't have a proper training to understand the waste management. So the skilled manpower is lacking, especially in the waste sector. Other thing is that the job also in the waste sector is a bit, because the companies, they don't have, if you have a hardcore waste engineer, finding a job, although there is a lot of requirement, but finding a job also becomes a bit, because we don't have that many companies out there. So that is also a cause of concern.